What's up, everybody? My name is Patrick Johnson. I'm the founder of Rimpage. We're talking about opportunity. We're talking about getting paid to play, recognition for your talent. That's what's happening here. That's what this opportunity is about. This is Rimpage. Professional 1v1 basketball has come. We're launching in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Here's what that means. You can get paid to play basketball now. You can get paid monthly to explaining to my son the other day the process that a high school athlete has to go through to, like, the path, high school athletics to becoming a paid professional basketball player. By the time I got finished explaining all the steps to him, his head was spinning. And he was wish you didn't know the truth, and he said, "Yeah, I wish I didn't know." The truth is 0.03% of athletes have a real opportunity of making it to professional basketball. 0.03%. You know what? 0 point anything is 0%. Do you understand what 0% means? So you have millions of players all over the world who dream of becoming rich and famous for playing basketball. Fame and fortune is what they want. They want to become famous and they want to become rich for playing basketball. And 0% of them have a real opportunity to realize that dream. And it's because of politics, it's because of capacity. Capacity is the biggest reason. It's because of all of these different factors that come into play. But what it all amounts to, no matter what the reasons are, is 0.03% of you guys have a chance of making it to pro basketball. And then comes an opportunity like Rimpage. There are no scouts. You don't need this guy, let's recruit him. You don't need a coach to give you playing time before you get in the game. You don't need a team to offer you a contract before you can get on a stage and perform and get noticed. All of that stuff that gets in between a player playing and being recognized and rewarded for his skill, we take out of the way. Rimpage is a button click away. That's how close you are to becoming a professional athlete. Imagine that, the day we live in now, when you're a button click away from becoming a professional athlete. That's the opportunity that Rimpage offers, guys. And it's so easy now that you could easily skip over it. You could easily miss it until you compare how hard is it to get on this professional stage compared to how easy it is to get on this professional stage, to get on Rimpage. You literally just go to Rimpage's website, click the button to join, and you're in. You're a pro. Fame, fortune are within your grasp now. And this, how big an announcement is that? That fame and fortune for playing basketball is within your grasp now. All you have to do is go to Rimpage, click the button to join, start competing, and if you're good enough, every reward that your skill is worthy of will come to you. Because Rimpage is a pure meritocracy, which means you get exactly what your skills earn. Whatever your skills earn, that's your reward. That's coming to you. Pure meritocracy. You earn it and it's yours. It's coming to you. There we go. The area. Because Rimpage started out there with our first event in November of 2021 with the Next Big Star event. Our #1 athlete is there, Ashton Cook. And we want to give him an opportunity. If anyone's going to start getting paid to play, Ashton deserves it. So we're going to give him this opportunity. And even though he's the #1 athlete, he's going to have to earn it just like all the rest of you guys. When we start playing in August, even though Ashton has over 300 victories and over 3,000 points, he starts at 0 like all the. But at the beginning of the season, their season stats are 0. That's what the Battle Royale is going to be in August. Ashton Cook. He has met the challenge, and he's done it in dramatic fashion. And he's done it in dramatic fashion. Ashton has some great stories that we've put out on YouTube about him. So you can research Ashton Cook, Rimpage, Dallas athlete, and learn more about him. But professional 1v1 has come to Dallas. So let me show you this. it over. Hey DFW, can your skills pay the bills? Play Pro 1v1, monthly cash prizes. Your rank decides your bank. We pay for the top 5 athletes. If you finish in the top 5, you're getting a payout. These are the important dates. So if you want to compete in August for those cash prizes, you must sign up before July 21st. That's the sign up deadline. And just like that, somebody's going to get paid in August. Somebody is going to get paid to play basketball in August. And try to imagine that if that's you. Imagine getting a payment from Rimpage, $1,000 in your bank account because you finished in the top 5. This is real. This is a real opportunity for you guys now. So somebody's going to get paid. Top 5 athletes. Let's talk about what else a Pro 1v1 opportunity means for you guys. Right here. Now there's a new, faster, easier way to get paid to hoop. You join it, you win it, you get paid. It's that simple. See how simple this is. Big bag, empty wallet. No more. No more of this. You have all these skills that you've worked so hard to develop, and when you finish playing, you go home with an empty wallet. Meaning you get nothing. You get no reward for your skills. Not anymore. This is a professional opportunity. If you can fill up the basket, we can fill up your wallet. Rankings. This is what I wanted to talk about. What is your ranking on Rimpage? This is a question athletes are going to start asking in the future because Rimpage is the wave of the future. This is where basketball is headed. Imagine every basketball player in your city has a ranking. Imagine how that's going to change the arguments and the debates. When a player thinks he's better than you can just tell him, let me see your Rimpage. He can pull up his profile, you pull up yours, and you guys can compare your numbers. Instantly, argument's done. If you're ranked higher than him on Rimpage, the argument's over. So we have a new way to argue now because of Rimpage. What Rimpage wants to do is rank every basketball player on Earth. You will have 4 rankings. You'll have a ranking in your city, a ranking within your region, a ranking within your country, and a world ranking. So you will know how you stack up against all the other players in your city, state, country, and in the world. You can compare yourself to players in Africa based on Rimpage's ranking system. Want to know who is the best player in Chicago? You'll be able to Google him. Who is the best player in Chicago? And a Rimpage athlete will come up. You'll see his profile. You'll see his ranking. You'll see his stats. If he won the Chicago City Championship, you'll see the date he won it. That's where this is headed. This is exciting stuff. And here's what I love about this is finally the stars can start shining. There are stars among us who are not shining because they don't have a stage. Stars need a stage. In other words, the best player in your city is already there. Why aren't we celebrating that person? Why aren't we showing respect to that person for being the best? Why aren't we rewarding that person? Why isn't the best player in your city, the best player in our country, rich and famous? The reason is, even though it's true, that that player is the best, the truth is not an established fact. We need an event for that player to win before we can crown him the best in the country, the best in the city, the best in the region, and then we recognize him as the champion, and then the fame and the fortune come. Think about the huge title fights in boxing. Big, huge fight, two top contenders fighting for the world championship belt. At the beginning of that fight, one of those fighters is already better than the other one. The truth is, one of those fighters is already better than the other one at the beginning of the fight. But we can't celebrate that fighter. We can't declare that fighter the best until that truth becomes an established fact. Once he wins the fight, then he gets the belt. Then he gets the prize money. Then he gets the endorsements and the fame and the recognition and the respect. So you see how the truth has to become an established fact. It is true that somebody in Dallas is the best player there. Somebody in Fort Worth is the best player in that city. Somebody in Arlington is the best player in that city. But we're not respecting them as that. We're not rewarding them for that. We're not recognizing them for that because there has never been a city championship to crown that person. There has never been a city championship in your city to determine who's the best player in your city. Have you ever thought about that? Why is it that basketball is so popular worldwide, but yet we don't have an event that crowns the best player in every city? We have never had that in the history of basketball. This sport has been around over 100 years and we've never had that until now. Now we do. Now we have the event. It's a Rimpage City Championship. How do you get there? How do we get there? Well, it starts with Battle Royale. We're starting Battle Royale in August. August 1st is our first Battle Royale. We compete during that month to see who is the best player for the month. The top 5 finishers are getting paid. We not only pay for the top 5 finishers in terms of rankings, your supremacy score, but also who accumulated the most supreme victories. Supreme victories are displays of exceptional skill. Supreme victories are displays of exceptional skill. You didn't just win, you did it in an exceptional fashion. And because of that, you're getting this extra bonus, this extra recognition. We have five supreme victories that we recognize. I'm going to show you those in a moment. If you accumulate the most, you're going to get a payout. The 5 guys who finish with the most supreme victories are getting payouts, in addition to the 5 guys who finish in the top 5 rankings. So we have 2 different pay scales for the Battle Royale. 2 different ways you can get paid. And yes, you can do both. You can be first in rankings and first in supreme victories. You can be first in rankings and 5th in supreme victories. You still get paid. So, Battle Royale is how you can think of Battle Royale as a preseason. This is where we ramp up our numbers. We allow players to start joining. So we can start with 500 athletes who join, and then we'll bring that up to 1,000. And as players keep joining, we just keep growing that number until we hit a threshold, 1,500 athletes. Once any city gets 1,500 athletes, we open up a city championship for that city. Now, those guys are still playing Battle Royale each month, but it's building up to the end of the season, which will be around August. They play from January to August. At the end of the season, we'll take the top ranked guys, put them in the city championship tournament, and the winner gets the Kafiro trophy. Let me show you these trophies. Right there. City championship trophy. Battle Royale from 0 to 1,500 players. Once we cross 1,500 players, this is what you're competing for now. The City Championship Trophy, the Kafira. Now, imagine we start Battle Royale in August for all of DFW, and players start joining, and let's say maybe we get 300 players from Fort Worth to join, maybe 600 players from Dallas to join, 500 players from Arlington to join, and players from all the various cities in DFW start joining. Well, all of them are competing for Battle Royale cash prizes. But also, we're looking at the individual city numbers And as I said, once a city reaches 1,500 athletes, like let's say Dallas reaches 1,500 athletes, now Dallas is competing for their own Kafiro trophy, their own city championship. And then let's say maybe a month later, Fort Worth reaches 1,500 athletes. Fort Worth has unlocked the city championship trophy. So now they're competing for their own Fort Worth Kafiro trophy. And then Arlington. And then let's say we expand it. Houston, San Antonio, Austin, El Paso. All of these cities start reaching that threshold of 1,500 athletes. Now each of these cities has its own city championship trophy. And guess what happens when we reach that point? Now we open up the state championship, the regional championship. Omega. City champions compete in the regional tournament for the Omega trophy. So this is now your second trophy you're going for. You've won your city championship, and now you're competing against the Austin city champion, the Houston city champion, the Dallas city champion, the Fort Worth city champion. You're competing against all of the city champions in another tournament, a regional tournament, for this trophy, your second trophy. And let's say you win that trophy. And let's say we do this in every state. Or, well, yeah, your regional is your state. Let's say we do this in every state. That's the goal. We want to start doing this in every state so we can have a state champion for every state in the country. Now those state champions are competing for this trophy, the Leonidas, competing for the national trophy. This means you beat the state champion from all the other states in the country. You are now the best player in the country. This is your third trophy. Once we have a national champion from every country, we're launching the Lions Tournament. The Lions Tournament is an international tournament featuring the national champion from every country in the world competing for this trophy. A true world champion. A lot of competitions crown their winner a world champion, but actually, if the whole world is not competing, you can't call that champion a world champion. Rimpage will crown a true world champion because Rimpage offers an opportunity for every basketball player on earth to compete for this trophy. So when we crown the Lions Tournament winner, the world champion, he truly is the best basketball player on earth because he beat everybody who beat everybody on earth. Every player has an opportunity to compete for his city championship. If he wins that, he can go further to the state, the regional championship. If he wins that, he can go further to the national championship. If he wins that, he can compete for this world championship. So you see how you can start in your teeny tiny city, wherever you are on earth. If you have a cell phone with a camera and internet access, you can be a part of Rimpage. You can compete for your city championship. You can start anywhere on earth and climb your way up to the world championship. You're the best player in the world. How would that change your life if the whole world knew that you are the best player on earth? We're not just talking about truth anymore. We're talking about an established fact. You see, in order to establish the fact, you need an event. That's why all of these leagues have a final event that crowns the champion. That event is what establishes the truth as a fact. Because at the beginning of every season, one of those teams is already the best, but you need that event. You need that championship event to crown that champion and establish the fact. The Lions Tournament is the event that will establish the fact of who is the best basketball player on earth. So you see where this can go. We're starting this in Dallas-Fort Worth. We're starting this in DFW. But this is where we're headed. We want to crown a world champion. So now this is up to you. The stage is already set. The stage is set. And it's open for all the performers. If you think you have what it takes to win your city's championship tournament, to win the state, to win the national. This is your opportunity. Get on this stage and show us what you can do. It's $20 a month. Is your dream worth $20 a month? Are you worth $20 a month? Are you worth it? Is your skill worth it? If you don't think you're worth $20 a month, keep it. Keep it. Your $20 won't make that big a difference for Rimpage, but it'll mean the world for you. Because that $20 represents your belief in yourself. Do you believe you have what it takes to go all the way, to be the best player in your city, to conquer that domain? That's the way we like to describe it, as domains. You want to subdue all the players in your domain, and you want to be the best player in every gym you walk in. Now we have a stage where that can be established. This is a game changer. Rimpage is totally different. We've stripped away the politics. We've stripped away all these other agendas, all these other ways of getting recognition. And we say only skill will be recognized in this league. How good are you? I don't care about your gamesmanship. I don't care about all these other ways you have of manipulating outcomes. How good are you at the game of basketball? Whatever your skill level is, that's what your reward is going to be. It's a pure meritocracy. So now, those players who work hard to develop their skills will get the reward. We have a stage for you. We have an event for you. Win your city championship. Conquer your city. That's your domain. Subdue that domain. Bring it under your control. Meaning, reach the point where everyone in your city knows you're the best player there. And then go for something bigger. Try to conquer a larger domain. Reach the point. Strive to reach the point where everyone in your state knows you're the best player in the whole state. Establish the fact. Win your state championship tournament. You can do that now. There is a state championship now. So you can win it. Go for it. And once you've conquered that domain, you're the best player in your state. Go further. Try to reach the point where it is an established fact that you're the best player in the country. And I don't care that the NBA and all these other leagues are out there. I don't care. Challenge them. If you live in a city where an NBA team is, challenge the players on that NBA team. If they don't respond to your challenge, they had an opportunity. When we crown you the best, they can't cry and say, wait, what about us? We're NBA players. Well, get in here and compete. Get in Rimpage and compete. However good you think you are, show us how good you are. Win your city championship tournament. Not an NBA playoff game. That's teams. Teams can never establish who is the best player. Only a 1v1 event. Only a 1v1 event can establish the best player. So you got to come off that team, and you got to do this by yourself. You got to get on that court, and you got to fend for yourself. You got to take care of yourself. Show us how good you are by yourself. How far can you go when there's no one to pass to? How far can you go when there's no help defense? How far can you go when there's no one to set a screen for you? How far can you go when there's no coach in your ear telling you what to do and how to do it and when to do it and if to do it? How good are you now by yourself? How far can you go? I believe there are players on the street who can whip these NBA players. And they will. We're going to see it. They're just stars without a stage. Don't be naive to think just because a player's in the NBA, he's actually better than it. Don't be naive. These guys are going to surprise you. These guys that come up in Rimpage are going to surprise you. These are the best in the world. This is world class. But the really cool thing about it is we open the door to every athlete. Every player, male or female, age 15 and up, if you want a shot, get in here and take your shot. We're not going to tell you you're not good enough. We're going to let your stats tell the world you're not good enough. But we're not going to do it. We're going to let you get on that stage. And if you get on that stage and embarrass yourself, at least you had an opportunity. And I'll say this too. You're better than the guy who was too afraid to get on the stage and try. To get on that stage and try and fail is better than being scared to get on the stage in the first place. So I commend you, I applaud you for getting on the stage. And at least now You have results that you can evaluate. If you're just thinking about it, what if I got on that stage? All you have to evaluate is a what if. But once you actually do it, once you actually try, now you can evaluate your intentions, you can evaluate your actions, you can evaluate your results. You have a whole lot more that you can evaluate and fix. Get this thing moving in the direction you want. Marcus Billiard, who competes out of Dallas. Marcus started off in Rimpage 0-9. 0-9. But you know what? Marcus's 0-9 is better than a guy who's 0-0 because he's too scared to get on the stage and try. As I was looking at Marcus's matches, because I pulled the stats, I made the comment, something's off here. Marcus is a good player. I'm watching him. He has a chance to win all of these games. He can score. His efficiency was over 50%, so he's scoring every other time he touches the ball. I'm thinking something's off here. Why is he 0-9? We had a conversation with Marcus. We talked about it, gave him a couple of books to read, had a pep talk, but really, it wasn't us. It was Marcus and his own drive. He saw himself as being better than 0-9. He set a goal for himself to get into the top 10, and he did it. He set a goal for himself to win the Victories Pro, and he won it. And then eventually he set a goal for himself to overtake our second place guy in Rimpage, and he did it. Marcus is now the second highest ranked player in Rimpage. Yeah, applaud that. Marcus is the second highest ranked player in Rimpage right now. Started out 0-9. But once you get started, you can start evaluating actions, intentions, results, and see what went wrong. Because the seed of victory is in defeat. The seed of success is inside of your failures. Study your failures and find the seed of success. See what you need to change to get a better result the next time. He did it. And he got that result. And here's the really cool thing is now Marcus can get paid. Had a conversation with him and our other top ranked athlete, Ashton Cook, and they expressed how important it was for them to get paid to play basketball. Ashton put out a video. He sent us a video, and he was driving and just had some thoughts. Just wanted to share his thoughts, and he was talking about how he wishes he could get paid to do this. He loves playing the game, doesn't want to be tied down to a job, just wants to play basketball. What a dream to get paid to play basketball. Well, that dream has come true. This is it. Rimpage is it. The dream has come true. Battle Royale. Let me show you that website. Let's bring this up here. Hmm. Is that? Here we go, Battle Royale website. Wanna Let's have a look at this so you guys can get this information, understand how this works, and let's get this going. Let's get this going, DFW. You have you have an opportunity to have a city championship tournament to crown the best player in every city in DFW. Let's get this going, guys. This is up to you now. This is on you now. The stage is set. It's time to get the performers on stage. Let's get you guys paid. Let's get you on this stage and let's get you paid. Start competing in Pro 1v1, Rimpage Battle Royale, monthly cash prizes for the top 5 ranked players and Supreme Victories. Let's get this going. I want to write some big checks for you guys. Let's get this money in your bank account. Battle Royale. Here we go. This is the website. This is the web page. Rise of the Fittest. Play 1v1 for rankings and monthly cash prizes. The August 2025 cash pool starts at 1,000. That's with 500 players. Let's get these 500 players signed up. The more players who sign up, the bigger the cash prizes are going to be. We're going to have a look at that now. Let's see. No. This is not basketball as usual. This is the hunt. Rimpage Battle Royale is where opinions die and the truth takes the throne. Here, no coach can save you, no scout can anoint you. Your only way forward is to dominate again and again until the scoreboard bows to your will. Currently launching in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, Rimpage Battle Royale is open to all players age 15 and up. For $20 a month, you enter the proving grounds where your raw ability meets ruthless ambition. If you believe you belong at the top, this is where you can prove it. Love that. Important dates. Let's go over this calendar. Battle Royale calendar. Between now and July 20th, we're growing the prize pool. Sign up now. Become a Rimpage athlete. It's $20 a month. So you can compete for monthly cash prizes. $20 a month means you're in. Every month you're in the Battle Royale. You don't have to worry about signing up month after month. You just sign up one time. We'll draft that $20 every month and you're in. You're competing for these cash prizes every month. The more players who join, the bigger the prize pool grows. So that's what we're doing right now. Between now and July 21st, or that's what we're doing right now. Between now and July 20th, we're growing the prize pool. Let's get as many athletes signed up as we can so we can have bigger prize pools. July 20th, the sign-up deadline. Last chance to compete for August cash prizes. All sign-ups after July 20th will be competing in the September Battle Royale. If you want to compete in August, You must sign up before July 20th. Let's do this now. Let's see how big a cash prize we can grow for August. This is exciting. This is exciting. You're going to see the numbers in a moment. How much you can get paid depending on how many players sign up. We're going to show you that in a moment. But guys, let's grow the prize pool. Sign up, get your friends to sign up, tell everyone you know who plays basketball to sign up. Let's make this huge for these winners. July 21st, we're going to make an announcement. We're going to announce the proposed prize pool amounts. This is the amount that you're going to be playing for, and we're going to pay this out at the end of August. This proposed amount is what the prize pool will be if nothing changes by July 28th. So this is the 21st. This is an initial announcement. This is what we estimate the prize pool is going to be. We're going to make that announcement. Now, the cancellation date is July 27th. You've signed up. You're ready to compete, but then something happens and maybe you injure yourself or whatever, you change your mind, you can't compete. You can get a full refund as long as you request that refund before July 27th. No refunds after July 27th. If something comes up, you can't play, let us know. We'll give you a full refund up until July 27th. After that, no more refunds. And then the next day, the very next day, July 28th, we announced the guaranteed prize pool. July 28th, everyone will know the exact amount they're playing for. Guaranteed prize pools here. And then on August 1st, let the games begin. We start competing. You start scheduling these matches, start playing these matches, start winning these matches. Send us your match video. We're going to do the calculations. We're going to keep your stats updated. We're going to keep the leaderboards updated. This is a race to the finish. You want to finish in the top 5. You decide how many matches you play. It's all about your drive. It's all about your hunger. How bad do you want it? And then how good are you? Because you can play 100 matches, and if you're not a good player, you're going to lose all 100 matches. So you got to be good too. Let your skills shine on this stage. So we're going to be competing from August 1st to August 21st, and then everything stops. No more matches. Look what that says. Rimpage will begin finalizing all stats and rankings. Any match played after 12 a.m. August 21st will not count. You have from the 1st to the 21st to get all the matches in that you can. Try to win as much as you can. Because 12 a.m. August 21st, that's it. That's the cutoff. No more matches. And then August 25th, it's payday. How well did you do in August? Did you finish in the top 5? If you finish in the top 5, payday. It's time to get paid. We're going to put this money in your wallets. This money's coming to your bank accounts. That's the calendar that we're working on right now. So you can see, right now we're growing the prize pool. This is the time for players to sign up in DFW. This is the time to literally put your money where your mouth is. If you think you're a good player, if you think you can do this, you think you can finish in the top 5, prove it to yourself, prove it to the world. This is your chance. You know what? I know you guys have heard about these MMA fighters in the UFC or maybe even in boxing. You hear about it. Actually, it happens in basketball too. The guys who are super famous, world famous, and they become bigger than life, when you hear their story, they all started on some little teeny tiny stage where no one knew them, but it was an opportunity for them to get noticed. And they performed well on that stage, well enough for someone on a bigger stage to notice them, and they just kept working their way up and until they become a household name. That's the way this works. But you can't be running 5s at a local gym. You got to get on a stage where you can get noticed. There needs to be some event that can establish the fact that you're the best player in this group, in this league, in this city, in this country. You need a league that has those events that can establish the fact. And that's how you climb. Now, the unique thing about Rimpage is that small stage where you can get noticed. But Rimpage is also the big stage where we have the world championship. So we blend the two so we maximize the opportunity for the maximum number of athletes. It's the small stage in the sense that anybody can get on it. It's the big stage in that we reward the world's best. Cool, so cool, so cool. We've never had an opportunity like this before in the history of sports. That's the calendar we're working with. Let's grow that prize pool. August 1st, we're going to start competing. August 21st, we're going to stop. We're going to finalize the results. August 25th, you guys are getting paid. Cash prizes. I wanted to get to this. Let's see how big these cash prizes can grow. The calculator is right here on the website. You can go here, you can play with these numbers. Let's look at if we have 2,500 players in DFW competing in August. At the end of August, whoever finished in first place is going to get $3,500 in their bank account. Imagine that's you. Imagine you finish first in DFW in the Battle Royale. Imagine waking up in the morning and you see an extra $3,500 in your bank account, not because of your job, but because you played basketball better than everyone else. Imagine the feeling of that. The reward, to have your skills rewarded, finally, to have your skills rewarded. And you didn't have to meet NCAA division or NCAA eligibility guidelines. You didn't have to take all these courses. You didn't have to apply to go to some college. You didn't have to keep a certain grade point average. You didn't have to please some coach or hope some scout noticed you or try to make it into the starting five. All you did was click the button to join Rimpage and you competed for 21 days, $3,500 in your bank account. How easy is that? This is the fastest, easiest